My name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavengavengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, fire claims 5 lives in Lautoka. Another life lost in road accident. And FAA hands over $20 million dividend payout.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
5 people are the country's latest fire victims after a house fire in Lautoka last night. 3 children aged 3, 9 and 12 years old and 2 adults are thought to have been inside the home when the fire started around midnight. Pranita Prakash has more.
Tragedy in this Lautoka neighborhood as the midnight blaze at VMPLE Road has seen the residents still in shock. A neighbor who was part of the rescue effort during the fire says he will never be able to forget the painful scream for help of those trapped inside the house.
I came out of the house and saw people crowded at the gate. I went at the back with 2 guys and tried to create a way for them to come out, but it was too late. They kept screaming till we couldn't hear them. This is an unforgettable experience for me.
There were 6 occupants in the house and 1 is currently admitted in a serious condition at the Lautoka hospital.
It was too late, but they managed to save one lady, but I think she's really serious.
Despite the best efforts of the neighbors, certain factors made it hard to save those inside.
I went inside and tried to break the grill with an iron bar, and 2 other men helped me. When we made our way, 2 young children were crying, but then it was too late.
Tried to take them out of the house, but the fire was really big. They were screaming when the fire had started, but it was all grilled. Take them out.
Police and National Fire Authority have started a joint investigation to determine the cause of fire. The fire death toll currently stands at 13 compared to 8 for the whole of last year. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
An early morning accident has claimed the life of a 23-year-old man in Andera Nasinu. It is alleged the deceased vehicle veered off the road and collided with an oncoming vehicle that was travelling from Yasi Road towards Ratundovi in Andera. The driver of the private car died instantly, while 2 other passengers in his car are admitted at the CWM hospital. The Fiji Electricity Authority handed over $20 million in dividend payout to the government this morning. Chair Dakshesh Patel says this was made possible through the hard work of their staff.
Along with an excellent performance, FAA has had a healthy cash flow and good profitability this year.
Good discipline to have. And I think we have those in mind when we started this process, because unless and until you push your boundaries, you will not achieve those results.
Patel says they will work hard to continue with this trend.
Some of the Fijians own shares as well. It will be good for Fijian citizens who are shareholders of Fiji Electricity Authority to get some profit back.
Public Enterprise Minister A.R. Said Kiyum says the FAA's achievement is in line with government's vision.
We have put in unprecedented amounts of money into infrastructure. And the provision of electricity to ordinary Fijians throughout Fiji has been one of our key objectives.
This is the first time in 51 years of operation that FAA has paid out a dividend to government. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Tui Kalambu Paula Rawiriwiri says he's not aware of any eviction threats made to residents of Moala's settlement in Andera Suva last week. Rawiriwiri confirmed to FBC News the land on which the informal settlement is on belongs to him. Families in the settlement are living in fear after they claim the landowner's wife threatened to evict them if they don't vote for Sitiveni Rambuka's opposition Sadelpa party in the 2018 general election. The landowner's wife is Litia Rawiriwiri, the national president of the Sadelpa Women's Wing, who has denied making these threats. However, Tui Kalambu says he's waiting for a call from the Prime Minister to discuss this issue. The opposition chamber told FBC News Sudelpa is in the process of formalizing a press statement in the wake of pronouncements over the weekend. In an impromptu visit yesterday, Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama gave assurance to the residents that they're safe.
When we get to this stage, we try and talk to the landowners to lease his land, give his land to TLTB, so TLTB can do a proper lease for you, so you feel secure. When you don't feel secure, especially in situations like this, you get threatened very easily, especially what happened that has been seen in the last couple of days, and I don't want that to happen to you.
Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission this evening called on all political parties, their agents and supporters to respect the rights of political choice of every Fijian. The legal framework in Fiji in relation to elections guarantees the right of every voter to select a candidate of their choice in secrecy. The National Federation Party is calling on the Prime Minister to provide full disclosures on the arrest and supervised repatriation of 77 Chinese from Fiji on a chartered Chinese flight. Chinese state media Xinhua says the suspects were part of an online gambling gang that operated from China, Indonesia and Fiji. Xinhua claims the Chinese police sent a team to Fiji on the 2nd of July and the suspects were arrested on the 18th of last month in raids that destroyed 5 dens and saw mobile phones, computers, bank cards and other equipment confiscated. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sithiven Ngilio told FBC News they will issue a joint press statement with the Immigration Department this week. Still to come, new bill to give easy access to loans. And Lambasa fish vendors agree to relocate.
Moala ravava ranavika, o tikongona taunu singatoka, ando talithaka na vakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na serre.
Ya dora chubuli kurnambili, ibora ni batukara hambara binaranga, do talitakina na vakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na serre. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 na serre.
Fijians will now have easy access and cost-efficient ways to obtain a loan for movable assets. The Parliamentary Standing Committee has unveiled a Personal Property Securities Bill, which is aimed at reducing poverty and increasing economic activity. Kelly Vadala reports.
Firms and individuals without any land holdings will now be able to get loans from registered financial institutions with movable assets such as TVs, refrigerators and vehicles.
It will have a flow-on effect to everybody. If you do more commerce, you obtain loans to do business, then you pay taxes. The taxes then come back to the government and then they give it back to you in terms of various programs that the government has.
Sudhakar says the bill of sale can be done through an online registry. Opposition MP Semesa Karavaki says the bill will benefit many Fijians, especially farmers with their produce.
Randalo, when it's matured, you cannot leave it on the ground for long again. You have to harvest it. Otherwise, you're going to lose all the crop. So the warehouse allows the farmers to harvest their crops, to take it to the warehouse. The price is up. Then they can sell it.
A whole farm of crops, you don't have machines to harvest them. You can obtain a loan on that crop to get a machine, a harvester or a tractor, to use that harvest and then pay off later from that crop. So all this is made easier.
The Reserve Bank of Fiji is at the forefront of this bill. The bill will not only improve access to credit, but cost of credit is likely to fall and new financial products and services are likely to be introduced. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Lambasa fish market vendors have agreed to move into the new fish market. The agreement was reached following a meeting between all the stakeholders today after the fish vendors initially refused to move. Eleanor Tarangaivu has the details.
The Lambasa Town Council will have to complete their work on the new fish market before the vendors can start moving in.
We have given 2 weeks for the Lambasa Town Council to upgrade the new market to the standard current market vendors have raised in order to address the issues that were outstanding.
The upgrades that will be done include the completion of all plumbing works, the provision of lights and power points, and the cementing of the driveway.
I'm thankful because I know that this will help our fish selling business. I agree with the Commissioner that this business will do well if a proper market is provided.
Once the works are complete, the fish vendors will be required to move into the new market and the existing one will be taken down. Talks are still ongoing between the stakeholders on the setting up of a temporary landing port for fishing boats beside the new market.
We are hopeful that within the 2-week time frame, the works will be completed so that vendors can move here. The old market will be demolished, so no one will be selling from there again.
The vendors had earlier refused to move as they would have no access to a jetty where the fishing boats would come. Other reasons include the lack of space and no proper crossing for their customers. Eleanor Turangeview, FBC News.
In world news, China's foreign minister has urged North Korea to stop missile tests in the wake of fresh UN sanctions against the rogue state. He has been meeting with the U.S. Secretary of State at the ASEAN summit with the discussion of Pyongyang high on the agenda. This report from TVNZ. Ahead in sports with Jamie, we have more on Lautoka's qualification in the Champions League, but up next, Rachel with the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up in business tonight. Young Entrepreneurship Scheme to help harness talents. And in Going Fiji, USB students win ANZ Pacific Innovation Challenge. Stay with us.
I'm another sort of of Neabu whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back. Leading business tonight, the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Tourism will soon implement a new project known as the Young Entrepreneurship Scheme, or YES. The new scheme is intended to promote and harness the talents of young entrepreneurs to become job seekers, rather job creators than job seekers. Sharon Chivan reports.
Speaking at the Fiji Tourism Powerhouse training in Suva today, Minister Fayaz Koya said the training will provide a platform to current and potential entrepreneurs to either grow or start their own business for innovation and out-of-the-box thinking.
Your confidence, your commitment, your vision, your hard work that will steer the fortunes of not only this industry but the entire nation.
Koya says the government will fund up to a maximum of $20,000 to the successful young budding entrepreneur between the ages of 18 and 30 years.
We hope to enhance marketing and business viability of the micro and small medium enterprises by addressing common issues and challenges faced in day-to-day operations and provide smart business solutions.
The backbone of this country, and your growth is incredibly important to your country. Open your mind to new possibilities, ladies and gentlemen.
Today's workshop discussed topics covering branding and marketability, tourism trends, increasing business profits, tourism marketing on small budgets, sustainable best practices for small businesses, and crisis and risk management. Sharin Shivan, FBC News.
We now join Savanatha from HFC Bank with the latest from the stock markets.
Good evening. Let's review the action on our local stock market last week. 6 listed companies recorded market activities on the South Pacific Stock Exchange. Amongst the prize gainers were Amalgamated Telecom Holdings Limited, which increased a further 3 cents to conclude at a new maximum share price of $1.57. Toyota Tsusho Limited, which also closed at a new all-time high share price of $4.42, subsequent to a 7 cents increase in share price. And another all-time high share price recorded by Vision Investment Limited, which closed at $2.31 following a 1 cent increase. These positive share price movement resulted in the overall market capitalization to increase by $14.77 million to conclude the week at $1.52 billion. The South Pacific Stock Exchange Total Return Index also rose by 0.79% and ended the week at 3,742.53. That is a wrap from our local stock market, Vinaka.
Thanks for the update, Savanada. Looking at today's exchange rates, the Fijian dollar weakened against the Chinese yuan and the American dollar to close at 3.27 and 48 cents respectively. Closer to home, the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollars strengthened, closing at 61 cents and 65 cents, while the PNG Kina was down, closing at 1.36. As for the commodities market, a mixed day as oil prices were up over the weekend to close at $49.57 a barrel. Gold was down to close at $1,256 an ounce, and silver followed suit, closing at $16.26 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, two teams from the University of the South Pacific were declared the winner and second runner-up at the ANZ Pacific Innovation Challenge 2017 over the weekend at the Grand Pacific Hotel in Suva. Chaiho and Tranquility were two of USP's 6 teams who were up against teams from the Fiji National University and the University of Fiji. The challenge, organized in partnership with USP, required students to provide solutions to the topic digitalizing the Pacific, uncover barriers to the uptake of digital channels in the financial ecosystem to help our people and communities thrive. The Mavericks were awarded the Best Dressed Team, while student Sachin Mishra of Team Uprising Engineers scooped the Standout Performance Award. And that's business this evening. Now to sports. Here is Jamie.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. In sports tonight, Warriors begin NRC preparation, and Fiji men's AFL team dumps France in first match. This and more coming up.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची FM सुनती हूँ. मिर्ची FM is number 1. It's so hot.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची FM सुनो अच्छा लगे. मिर्ची FM is hot.
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफरी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची FM सुनते हैं. मिर्ची FM is hot. I love मिर्ची FM.
हमें स्पिन तो हुआ कि मिर्ची FM में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे.
मिर्ची FM, it's hot.
The Warriors extended squad that will represent Fiji in Australia's National Rugby Championship moved into camp today. Head coach Senirusi Serubakula says the opportunity is perfect for local players to develop their skills further as they are set to face off with some of Australia's best. Eroni Tuinuku reports.
Playing against international reps and reaching their standard will need tough work for our local boys.
It's another level from the Warriors. We're playing against Super Rugby players who have been dropped from the Wallabies. So
Experienced front rower Jelve Tayaki says with the new and young blood in the team, he needs to work harder in order to earn a spot in the final squad.
Pick up where I left off on my fitness level and try to keep on improving during this tournament.
The final 26 will be selected at the end of the month. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
Namosi Rugby hopes this weekend will bring with it a fairy tale ending to its Fair Brother campaign. Having wrestled the HFC Bank Fair Brother Trophy from Suva last week, Rewa is the only challenger in their way of keeping the trophy until next year. Vastal Prasad has more.
It's after 15 years that Namosi has won the most prestigious silverware again. The 2018 win over Suva didn't come easily, and the players won't let it slip against Rewa this weekend.
You know, it's Fair Brother. Name doesn't really matter when it comes to Fair Brother. It's all about hard work and working together as a team. We can't really win as an individual when it comes to Fair Brother.
Coach Josateki Savo says they'll regroup and come stronger against Suva in the final challenge.
We are not underestimating any team, but I think all the teams they want to win the Fair Brother, and I think it's the main climax rugby in Fiji.
Namosi has just kept the Fairbrother trophy for 7 days in 2002, but this time they are looking forward to having it in its cabinet for a little while longer. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Lautoka football side has qualified for the OFC Champions League after beating Lambasa 2-0 in the Vodafone Premier League yesterday. The Blues came from a goal down to win the crucial match at Churchill Park.
Manasa floats it long and high, looking for Ratu Anare. Ratu Anare brings it down, still Ratu Anare, working twinkle toes, gets the 1-2. Ratu Anare comes in and out comes Ben Aminio, and following through is Tonetani Bucks. And in the second minute of the second half, as Tonetani Bucks, you could see the Lautoka defenders were going to miss it. Zebras from the far touchline side and a handball in the way. It's a penalty. A penalty by Manasa Levadi touching the ball. Zebras comes, places it and has equalized. It's Lautoka 1 and Lambasa 1. Andrew into the box as he works his way and he gets brought down by Tony Tuivuna. No hesitation at all for the penalty as the kick to come. Zebra Sahib now looks to change it and he places it at the same spot. And Lautoka go up by 2-1.
Meanwhile, the winner of the Vodafone Premier League is yet to be decided. Despite Lautoka qualifying for the OFC Champions League, Ba is still in contention to top the VPL table but will need to win all its remaining games to do so. Meanwhile, in the Vodafone Senior League, Tavoa has topped the table and has qualified as the Viti Levu champs. Tavoa will go on to play the Vanua Levu champs for promotion to the top division. The Vodafone Fiji Under-16 football side were held at 0-0 by Tonga in the OFC Championships in Samoa. The Marikarondu coach side beat American Samoa 4-1 in its first match last week, but faced a tougher battle against the Tongans today. Fiji's next match is against the Cook Islands at 6 p.m. on Friday. The Fiji AFL men's team beat France 80 points to 15 in its first match at the International Cup competition in Melbourne, Australia. The next game will be against New Zealand on Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Meanwhile, in the women's competition, Fiji went down to Canada by 16 points to 15. They play Great Britain on Wednesday. Canadian professional golfer Mike Weir is the latest inclusion for the Fiji International, which tees off next week. Weir joins Vijay Singh at the Nathandola Bay Championship golf course. The two professional golfers share some history. Weir was defeated by Singh in a playoff on his home turf during the 2004 Bell Canadian Open. The revived Fiji Beach Volleyball Federation is now in the process of selecting players to represent the country at the Pacific Mini Games in Vanuatu in December. The federation is hoping to take 2 women's and 2 men's teams to the games. Melita Vanga has more.
After a lapse of 3 years, the Fiji Beach Volleyball Federation has set up a competition in the Central Division, which will be held every Saturday and runs through next month for the Fiji Games, where the final squad will be named.
I look at short term, which I pick probably my senior people to represent Fiji, with the idea that we develop and we bring up some of these new young players that have a lot of talent.
With limited time frame to prepare the teams, they've set up a program that will help new players understand the game fast.
Then we're into a very rigid training schedule getting ready to go to Vanuatu in December. Really combine fitness training as well as skills, drills, and actually playing out games.
With all plans done, the Federation is now also looking for financial support.
The public, to our partners, public enterprises and other private companies to help beach volleyball. At the moment we don't have any sponsorship, long-term or short-term sponsor for the national team, and we really need that support right now.
The Fiji Games will be held on the 7th and 8th of next month, where the final squad will be announced to carry Fiji's hope to Vanuatu. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
In today's Play of the Day, New Zealand's Tom Walsh is on top of the world after claiming a historic shot put gold medal at the World Championships in London. That's it from sports this evening. Join Angie later on with weather and in new media. Check out the amazing features of the new Samsung Notebook 9 Pro. That's coming up.
Bula, Keron mai singatoka, Keron do talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Uti ko minasong buti ko lang do talita kana Radio Fiji 1 kina Domoy Viti.
Ayaw ko yago sila tale. Nagurara may nawamanyi. Nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu pinasibali. Nagudurong. Varorong na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti na ponga ni BNN.
In new media, the new Samsung Notebook 9 Pro is packed with amazing features. This 15-inch hybrid includes a 360-degree hinge, a built-in stylus, and even a dedicated graphics card. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Hope your Monday was all good. I know early morning showers in some areas made waking up a bit tricky. Now let's take a quick look at the west. Sunny periods was amazing as usual with a little cloud cover. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, things were quite windy. And up in Vanwalevu, it was so pleasant with of course sunshine making everything beautiful. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots with moderate to rough seas. And for the tides, low tide early tomorrow morning will be at 12:35 with a high tide at 6:38. The beautiful sunrise will be at 6:35. For tomorrow, brace yourself for some early morning showers. Don't pull the blankets. The weather will turn sunny and warm as we get into the day. Tomorrow's temps much cooler for Suva and Savu Savu at 26 degrees. And looking further on to Wednesday, the sunny spells are here to stay, so enjoy while it's around. And that, Jackie, wraps up our FBC weather for tonight.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. On Fijian Pulse today, we asked, should students have extra classes during the school holiday?
I say yes, because if they will have extra classes, so they will be more educated and will have a better future.
I'm all for students only having remedial classes only for the first half of the holidays, because I think they really do need a holiday from school.
Yes, because our school curriculum now needs us to get better marks in school, and most of us nowadays are getting lower marks.
Yes, because mostly students don't do well in the last term exams, so I think it will be a great opportunity for them to learn.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, a pilot project that started about 3 years ago in New York City is adding food scraps to the existing wastewater treatment plant to be turned into biogas, and residents have embraced it with enthusiasm. Recapping the main stories, fire claims 5 lives in Lautoka, another life lost in road accident, and FAA hands over $20 million dividend payout. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, the results from last week, we had asked, should people who commit infanticide be severely punished? 85% said yes. This week we are asking, should students have extra classes during the school holidays? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, the picture was taken from the Wananavu Beach Resort hilltop by Alithi Vatuloka. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Bula, Keron mai singatoka, Keron do talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Recomendação muito cola, um detalhe tá na radio festival, que na domingo.
Yang kuyazo sila tale, nagurara may naomanyi, nandunga. Gitu tale tagiri ang gitu pinasabale, nagunto rongo. Barong na radio festival, nandunga biti.
Na radio Fijuan nandumay bitin honga ni biyanan.